episode number 2. I was waiting for you to get all fancy with the intro.
Oh, well, you know,
Yes.
I do my best.
As you should.
Every time.
So quickly, back to the previous discussion. What was your thoughts on how much a jizz mopper makes per hour?
No, wait, I thought it was how much
Right,
I would
how
get
much
paid for my jizz.
Well, that, or how much jizz can a jizz mopper mop if a jizz mopper could mop jizz?
As much as he could eat.
Good point.
Okay.
Good point. You jizz-eating bastard. For the record, I don't really know if he eats his own jizz.
No, sorry, that was very girly of me.
Well, it's very girly for a... No, it's yeah, jizz is for girls.
Well,
I mean, unless you swing that way.
Is it still kind of girly
See,
then?
I don't know.
We have to ask JT. No, JF, sorry.
Well, because I would think, okay, as a guy, as a homosexual male, obviously you would enjoy the jizz, but what if you have like a goat or facial hair of some type, and you got the jism in
stuck.
there?
Yeah, and it doesn't really come out in water too well.
You sound like you know a lot about this.
Damn it. And that was my phone.
His cellular telephone.
I have T-Mobile.
I have Verizon Wireless.
Yay.
Yay.
I am actually super excited that we're doing this again.
Yes.
And you downloaded it once.
I did download it once.
I downloaded it once.
Well, I wasn't there to see it, so maybe you're just pulling out some bullshit.
I could be.
Yes.
But
right,
we got a total of 5 downloads since last week.
We did. Take that, Adam Carolla.
That's right, Kevin Smith, Mr. Smodcast.
No shite. And what about the Nerdist people?
I like them. I don't want to fuck them.
No, I'm not trying to fuck them. Who is?
Chris Hardwick.
Thank you.
Matt Myra and Jonah Ray.
Fucking nerd. No, yeah. I enjoy the Nerdist, but yeah. See, but we shouldn't diss on Mr. Carolla, because one day when we're world famous,
yep,
which translates into please download more. What if he invites us on his show? Because then he'll bring this up. He'll be like, "You criticized me once," and then
I don't think he would.
Yeah, probably not.
No.
Well, we're theists,
we're not on his radar.
Just like he is. Well, not yet, but give it a week.
Yeah, it's true.
But see, he's a gentleman atheist, just as we are.
Yes. He does talk about the Great Magnet a lot.
The Great Magnet.
The Great Magnet.
Great
he said
magnet.
If there was one thing to explain everything, it would be a great magnet.
Great magnet. I get what he's saying.
It's karma.
It is karma. Different than caramel.
But not as sweet.
No, not at all. Okay, so I posed this question before we started, and you're refusing to tell me until we started recording.
Yeah.
So my question is, what is with this injury upon your left arm? Left arm, yes.
Left arm?
Yes, left arm.
My left arm?
Yep.
It's not quite an injury.
Oh.
And this is why I wanted another Band-Aid.
Sure.
Currently a Band-Aid on it.
Right. It's going to feel great on the hair when you pull it off.
Oh, it's awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, you hear it.
Pull it. Rip it.
Oh, yeah.
The hell? That looks like a hickey from a fucking...
You ever seen ringworm?
Flake. Oh, Jesus. You really have ringworm?
I don't know.
Molly ringworm?
It's in a ring, and it's red. And
what the hell?
I'm guessing it's ringworm. I have the Band-Aid here set and ready to go to put a new one on.
So how do you get that?
I guess it's a fungal infection. I did some research on it last night because I've never had ringworm. And it just develops in warm, moist areas because jock itch is a form of ringworm.
Nice.
And
now, is it an actual worm?
No, No, it's just a fungal infection in the skin. But what is
Nice.
weird is that it's on my wrist. It's not in a moist
Let's
area.
see, so maybe it's not. Maybe you did actually get a hickey from a. What the hell would be that small? A ferret?
Chipmunk.
Alvin, Simon, or Theodore?
Alvin! Sorry. That brought back so many memories.
Oh, jeez.
And I'm not talking about the most recent movies.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Craziness.
They bastardized them.
Yes, they did.
They were my heroes.
I like Jason Lee, but seriously.
Yeah, go back
He
to
was
skating.
in that, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I guess if we're going to discuss movies on occasion, it might help if I know what I'm talking about.
That's
Yes,
why
I
I'm
said
here.
about. Well, this is a good point.
That's true.
So what am I here for? Eye candy on
Yeah.
the radio?
Yeah.
Or whatever this is.
On the recording device that is your laptop.
I need to get up and move a second to grab my bottled water, which I forgot to bring with me.
Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Stomp, stomp, stomp.
Entertain the masses.
Our 3 downloads that we got that were not us. No, actually, we go through Podomatic, which tells us where we got our down. Oh yeah, the best podcasting site ever.
It is.
And we saw that we got 4 downloads from the Seattle area, which is 2 account for us. Just because I didn't have a copy at my residence and wanted to download and listen to it. And Dave here
Yes, that'd be me.
downloaded it. So that leaves 2 people in the Seattle area.
What did you download it on?
iTunes.
But did you do it like I think I did too. I downloaded it on my iPad as well as my cellular telephone. Would that be 2?
Ooh, that would be 2.
Damn, we really suck. No, I suck if I did that.
Well, stop it.
Shit.
So, okay.
Oh, well, okay, so we
figured that
got it for
mystery out.
3.
We got 3 downloads.
Nice.
No, 2 downloads.
2. Yeah.
So, to our 2 fans out there, or maybe not their fans yet, but 2
yes,
listeners.
well, they should be fans.
I hope so. Maybe they'll see that we've posted a new episode and we'll jump right on it.
Oh, hells yes.
Oh,
This will be
shuffle,
a weekly
shuffle.
podcast full of tons of musings
And whatnot.
and whatnot. Whatnot. That was probably annoying. Let's not annoy our
Or maybe we should.
our fan
Fans.
fans.
There's at least 2.
There
There's
is.
2 out there.
There is.
Which, we would love your feedback.
Love feedback. Please comment. Try and be nice.
So, now that
Oh,
the formalities are out of the way.
Yes, indeed.
And I've showed you my ringworm.
Shit and
And
ringworm.
that is not a
Oh my-
euphemism for my penis either.
See, when I hear ringworm, I think of the anus, the hole.
No, that's a starfish.
Starfish, yes.
Or a brown eye.
Yes.
Yeah.
You remember that album?
Oh, the Limp Bizkit album.
Yeah.
Oh, what was it?
Wasn't it?
Something about
People listening to it right now are saying it, I'm sure, and we're
Yeah.
idiots. Chocolate starfish and the hot dog flavored water.
Yes.
I get chocolate starfish, but hot dog flavored water? There's probably something simple that I'm just missing.
Yeah, I've never really thought about it that much because I never really listened to that album.
Well, it's not really worth worrying about.
I liked
When JP and I moved down to the state of Arizona, we listened to that quite a bit. Yo.
Yeah.
See, we were hardcore back then.
Yeah.
I was
You
actually, I never did get into the wannabe gangster routine, but
if I had to describe you, it would be an overweight Fred Durst.
I actually did have 2 young female teens that did mistake me for him, which is kind of funny because I was pale white and I had no visible tattoos. But they were like 14 or 15, so it's not like I could, take advantage of that.
Well, you know the old okay, I'm gonna say it anyways. You know the old adage:
The old adage, what's that?
if there's hair, fair.
Old enough to crawl, old enough to assume the position. Well, and see, first of all,
That's
well,
worse.
obviously I'm a guy, so I'm a pervert, but I'm not a big enough pervert where I'm like, hey, you girls are like 14, 15. Can you get your daddy's permission? Then you can come over to my place.
I need a written note with a emergency contact name and phone number, please.
If I ever find myself single again, that is going to be my opening line for the next girl I date. Oh, shit.
So
Honestly,
you're
so
saying the
yes.
next girl you date will be under the age of 14?
You know, I didn't think about that. No, they'll for sure be under the age of. See, what am I? 3, 4. Under the age of 45. Oldest. Okay, this brings up a whole nother needing to boast about myself. When I lived in the state to our
Right.
right, yes, I was 23.
To our east.
Yes, if we're looking south. I was 23.
What? If we're looking
south. Well, yeah, if we're in Washington State looking south, it would be to our.
It would be to the east.
Yes, to the east. I don't know what the hell I'm saying. But no, I was 23 and she was 45.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, and what's funny, okay, check this out. So, we actually first met her and her friend at a bar, and it was funny. We weren't having any luck. You know, we're like, hey, go and scope the candy, but there really wasn't that much there. And we saw these two, and they were very attractive for their age. And one, she was actually a marathon runner, no kids, so
Oh.
nice. So anyway, we went and offered to buy them drinks, and they laughed, and cute little kids, go on your merry way. Well, as the night went on, we still hadn't scored. Well, there's a strip club down the street, so obviously, so we went over there. Well, who happens to be in the line in front of us? These two chicks.
Nice.
They had had a couple Chardonnays by this time, and so they finally decided they were like, you know what? Let's give these little kids a shot. So we took them home.
They showed you pity.
Yes, very much so. Although,
And a couple of new moves.
yeah, not really, but she was quite the
No?
she was quite the perv actually. But what sucked though for my buddy is the girl that he was with. Just as they were about getting ready to disrobe, she then was like, "Well, I am married," and she was pretty sure that her marriage was over, but still probably shouldn't cheat, which I can respect. We were like, yeah, don't
Okay.
we
okay.
weren't.
That's respectable.
Oh yeah. So I was like, go on your merry way. So we felt nice. We let him join. Okay. I'm sure my wife loves to hear these stories. I feel like Have you ever listened to the Jay and Silent Bob podcast?
I haven't yet.
Because every single podcast, because Jay Muse is married now, but every
Really?
single podcast he talks about previous conquests.
Well,
so she's
he would have many stories, I'm sure.
oh, he's got plenty.
Yeah.
A lot of them involve shitty incidences with drugs. God, I wish I had those. No, I'm just kidding. Huh?
Not
Oh yeah,
surprising.
no, he's had
Oh,
he's
man.
had a drug, but
Oh,
he's
man.
been sober now for. Well, he says it by days, and he's like well over 1,000 days. So he's in like
Jesus.
3 or 4 years,
Yeah.
5 years.
That's pretty good. Quit knocking stuff.
It's just dangling. It should be fine.
Don't dangle.
Dangle him on her face.
Slap that chin.
Slap that chin.
So
Did you-
this is how dedicated we are to doing
Yes,
this podcast.
yes.
So we're working on the sound quality, and hopefully it will be a little bit better this time.
Yes.
And it will hopefully be a little bit better this time because we've stuck a sock on
It's
the
a clean
microphone.
sock.
It is a clean sock.
On our Walmart special microphone.
hey, this is SingStar, okay?
Oh, that's a good
That's
point.
a
It wouldn't have
SingStar.
star on it if it wasn't a star.
Exactly.
All right.
And we are stars, so we wouldn't use anything.
Lubricated.
So I posted a picture on my Facebook, my personal Facebook,
A pictorial, if you will.
of what we're using to record, which is a microphone with a sock on it and a laptop.
We need to talk about this picture that I'm just showing
Yeah.
my
In 1 second here.
Yes.
And so my wife commented on the photo and said, "Is that your gross sock?" LOL.
No, it's not that sock, mate.
And
On that subject, though, I've heard of people using a sock. One, I would think that would be rough as hell. And why would you jizz 'em in footwear?
I have the same question, and the only thing I can conclude
Yes.
is
Conclude
you're
away.
just, it's like we talked about last week. You're just that desperate to jerk off,
That's a good point.
and it's easy cleanup.
Very true. Very true.
And yeah,
Yeah, why not?
so somebody
Sorry,
wants
we are
you.
back.
Somebody wants you to help her move.
XS does, but
So
I will be working all day long.
I think
What if my dick was all day in length, all day long?
all day long.
That'd be
That's
24
that's
hours long.
That would be a weird. But so if it would be 24 hours long, then it would also be 7 days a week long,
True.
and then it would also be a month long,
Right.
and then it
'Cause
would
see-
also be 6 months long.
See, because I think this would work.
You know,
'cause
you see the progression I'm going with. Like it would just be.
hey, if it's that long, people will bow to it.
It would be an infinite cock.
Infinite cock.
Maybe that's what we should rename the
Infinite
podcast.
Cock by Roscoe's House of Chips. I like it. That is awesome. Infinite Cock. But okay, so
Sorry.
going back to this, you're fine. See, if a light year is measured in time,
Yeah.
why can't my infinite cock be measured in time?
Microseconds.
Why do you gotta go
It's hard.
micro? We're talking about my man here, and
Okay.
you're talking micro.
Microseconds.
Remember
Trust me,
micro
I'm right there
machines?
with you.
Yeah.
Uh,
So, but do our listeners, which is probably going to be us, and
Hey,
our wonderful,
hey,
but no, there's a
hey.
lot more. I'm just saying we will be among the listeners,
Oh,
the
yes.
mini listeners.
Yes. Of the four.
Should we describe what a light year is? Please tell me you know what my light year is.
Who doesn't know what a light year is?
I'm just
Okay, if I
People
offended
of
some
religion.
people, if I offended some people with that, good.
Yeah.
Why the hell wouldn't you know what a damn light year is?
Oh man.
It's exactly as you described it. It is a measurement of how long it takes light to get
Exactly.
from one spot in space to
Mhm.
another.
The distance that light travels in a year. Yes, light travels. Did you know that when we look at Saturn,
Read a book, people.
this is true. Did you know Saturn is
0.4 light years.
No,
No,
it
it's not
takes
that
when
far.
you're looking at Saturn, you're actually looking at Saturn 8 minutes
Ago.
previously. So it's eight light minutes. I mean, seriously though.
I don't know how.
Okay, but
I don't know the full details of
Right,
light
I
years.
know when
I
you
will do
look
some
at it,
research.
you're looking at it
in the
as
past.
it was 8 minutes ago.
Yeah, because the light
Right.
is just now hitting you while it's still physically moving. That's why the Hubble Space Telescope is so awesome and
Yes.
kind of really disproves all of religion because we are looking millions and millions and billions of
Mhm.
years into the past
Exactly.
due to the light travel, which is really crazy to think about.
I think it's fascinating.
It's fascinating and crazy and
Mhm.
awesome because what does it look like now?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Well-
we know that it's been millions and billions of years from this point. So what has changed in all that time?
Exactly. Well, my whole understanding is we're looking at things as they were, millions of years ago.
Yeah.
So what if those things we're looking at so long ago already do have life? It's just so far away that we can't see it yet.
That's very true. That's very true.
See what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet God has set up a love shack in that area, certain areas.
Yes. Love Shack. I
Yeah.
like it.
Where he just fucks everything.
So I also did though have this is another wacky thought through my wacky brain. see if I can do this right. So, everything for us moves incredibly slow in the universe, right? It takes a year for us to go around our sun.
Yeah.
But we know that in the context of the universe, we're so tiny, microscopic that, if you could see the whole universe, there's no way you could see us. We're so small, right?
We'd be smaller than an atom.
So I'm curious. When we look under microscopes and we see the tiniest little things, they're moving fast as shit.
Yeah.
Okay, all the tiny little microscopic things. So I'm wondering if you were big enough, to like look at a whole galaxy, would it be spinning fast? Because you're now looking at something so small. I have to wonder if you're that big to see something that small, would it be going fast? Because I have to think when we look at microscopes and all the little atoms and quarks and all that kind of stuff, and it's moving so fast.
Watching sperm.
But if you were that small, if you were one of those tiny little microscopic things, would life seem to move as slow as it does for us?
Probably.
See, that's what I'm thinking. I
That-
bet
that
our
I've never
universe is actually
actually-
moving so fast, but because we're so small, to us it seems like nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. I've
really have
never
to-
really thought about it in that way.
Oh yeah, I think about I think about that kind of stuff all the time.
It actually automatically made me think of going back to movies. Men
Yes.
in Black 2.
Good movie. All three of them are.
The last scene at the end of Men in Black 2, when they're at the train station in New York, the famous one.
Grand Central.
Is it Grand Central? I know Grand Central's in New York. I'm trying to remember specifically in the movie if it was Grand Central. Let's just say it was.
Okay, sure.
And he kicks open the door.
No, Grand Central Terminal
No,
is the train
no,
station.
no.
Grand Central Station was something else.
I am completely wrong. It was at the end of the first movie with the marbles.
Right.
I'm
I know.
completely wrong.
Okay.
I apologize to listeners.
Yeah, no, I remember exactly what you're talking about because it had the little galaxy
Yes.
that was
In
on
the marble.
Orion's belt.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cheesy. But
Mhm.
fun.
But yeah, and it's funny kind of
Excuse
going
the
off
cough.
going off topic. Like for me, thinking about that stuff is fascinating. I love it.
Oh yeah.
But for so many people, especially those brought up religiously and believe that everything was created by God, it scares them.
Yeah.
And I mean, to think about like, what are we here? Are we just a happy accident? Are we nothing? It can be a little intimidating.
Well,
but
we're here for a reason,
my whole
and
thing
that reason
is
is to record an episode of Roscoe's House
that's
of Chips,
that's a damn good point.
our second
What
episode.
What else is there? Why else would we be here? That is the only thing.
It's true.
Yes.
Here in this moment.
Yes. In this moment. I know I sang it wrong. But I don't know. I guess I just look at things as like, I don't know why I'm here. There's probably a reason, but I don't know. But I'm here, so why not enjoy it?
And along with that, it's does it matter? Are you happy not knowing why you're here?
Is it worth even wasting time thinking about?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me.
Oh, sorry, I rammed it down his throat pretty good.
Yeah, it hit a nerve.
Oh, terrible.
Yeah.
I can't wait till a lot of people we know listen to this.
You know, I'm really surprised TC didn't get back to you.
Probably because we're forgetting his birthday.
Yeah, that's true.
He probably hates us with the power of 1,000 suns.
Well, And see,
Yes.
I'm sorry. I want to go back to the universe discussion
Yes,
here
yes,
real
yes,
quick.
yes.
That's part of it. That's the big reason why, I love Star Trek and Star Wars.
Mhm.
Is because we don't know what's out there, and this is just people's imagination saying this is
Mhm.
what it could be, and that's pretty fascinating.
Oh yeah. And what's really cool, I'll be completely honest, I'm not too knowledgeable on Star Trek and Star Wars. Nothing against them. I enjoy them. I just usually watch sitcoms. But I do think it's awesome to be able to go back and forth. And do they use wormholes in those much?
Not in Star Wars.
Okay.
Um,
So I don't believe they did in Star Trek.
they
but
did.
Oh, they did.
They did. There is a entire series, kind of
is that the one? That's
It's
third
my
in the
favorite.
series, though.
Yeah, it was the third.
Because you had the old, outdated one with Captain Kirk, who is now a ad person on TV. Still pretty cool, though. I would love to meet the dude.
I didn't never watch his last show.
Then you have Jean-Luc Picard.
And the next gen, who
Yeah.
I've met, by the way.
You've met Jean-Luc?
Sir Patrick Stewart.
Sir Patrick Stewart.
Yes, I have met Sir Patrick Stewart.
Mm.
Here's how much of a I don't know what to say to somebody like that. And this is how it went.
Remind me of Comic-Con last year.
Emerald City Comic Con, not last year, the one that we met you at, but the year
Yes.
before that, Sir Patrick Stewart was there. I stood in line for many hours to meet him, and I had this piece of artwork that I wanted him to sign. I paid my money, and he signed it. And as I'm standing there looking at him sign it, couldn't bring myself to say anything. Just so pent up and nervous. I went to go, after he signed it, I went to go shake his hand, and he was like, no, sorry. Thinking that, kind of a germ thing maybe.
Sure.
Because there's a ton of people that are there to see the guy.
Yeah, that's very true.
And I was like, okay, no worries, cool. And kind of bowed and said thank you, and grabbed my artwork and left. Later, actually, last year when we saw you there,
Right.
did I find out that he has really bad arthritis in his hands. So he doesn't want to be shaking a bunch of people's hands.
Sure,
if
that
he's
would make
got
sense.
horrible arthritis. But
Good
the
to
fact
know.
that I had an opportunity to even say anything
Mm-hmm.
to one of the greatest actors in our lifetime, and I stood there like a fucking rock.
Well, see, that brings me to my idiot moment last year when we stood in line for hours to meet. Help me out with this.
Stephen Amell.
Yes, thank you.
He's
My
on a
wife
show
was
called
the
Arrow.
Yes, Arrow. My wife's the bigger fan, and so we waited in line, and she, talked to him, got the autograph and stuff, and I thought I was just kind of there by her side. So, she did her, oh, nice to meet you, blah blah blah. Okay, move on to the next person. Well, apparently he started talking to me. Asked me how I was.
totally dissed on
I
Arrow.
totally did. I thought he was talking to the person behind me, so I just kept following my wife out of there. And then she stops and she was like, she looks at me funny. I'm like, what? She's like, he was talking to you. I'm like, what? So I turn around and he just kind of gave me this little smile, like, yeah, you're an idiot. So he was trying to be nice and say hi to me, and I'm just like following her out of there. Did you see that?
No, I didn't see it. We
Yeah.
were right behind you too.
Yeah. So I don't know. I found that. Well, there was a couple people in between us, right?
No, we were right next to each other.
Okay. Either way.
Because I know I stood in line with your wife.
Right.
To get the ticket, to
Right.
get into the line, to get the autograph.
Right.
That's how crazy it was last year.
Yeah. But yeah, I just. Yep. She turned around. She was like, he was trying to talk to you. I'm like, well, I do now.
Hey, dumbass.
Shit. And I wasn't about to get back in line for another few hours just to meet him. So.
Yeah. He was really cool.
Oh yeah, he was cool as shit.
I respect the fact that he was filming that morning.
Right. Up in
Vancouver.
Oh, that's right.
And
Hopped
then,
on Interstate 5.
And then came down here.
Southbound on I-5. That's a song by, is it NoFX from Seattle? The punk band? They have that song Southbound on I-5.
See,
I got
it's
that from
familiar.
JF.
Yeah.
But
If he listens to this, he'll probably want to smoke
yeah.
us.
Well,
Because
he's
I
not a
should know.
theist. And I know that's not right. What is a theist? That's not an atheist. What is that?
A theist?
Yeah, theist.
I don't know what a theist is. I know what a thespian is.
A thespian. Oh well, I don't
know
know what the fuck I'm talking about half the time anyway.
Is.
A tea partyist?
A tea partyist.
Is that where you get tea bagged?
Yeah.
Pardon me, sir, your balls are in my face. Oh my goodness. We've totally lost our train of thought.
Yeah, what
And
were
that's
we
okay.
talking about? So, yeah,
Yeah.
I
Have you ever watched Coupling?
yes,
Yes.
yes.
I watched the last one today. What does John Hurt mean to you? You know who John Hurt is,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, he played the War Doctor.
The War Doctor.
The War Doctor from doctor.
Oh, good to know. Well,
Yes.
he was the one they were talking about the alien coming out of him.
Oh,
Yeah.
from
The John
Alien.
Hurt moment.
yes.
Basically, she was giving birth, and they refer to it as the John Hurt moment. Even in Britain, those silly people. They're almost like real humans.
Almost. If they'd fixed the teeth.
Well,
They
these
would-
guys,
they
well,
probably
these
would
guys
be
were
considered.
actors, and it's a little more modern, so they have somewhat white teeth, and most of them. Either that, or they just have good, dentures for the
Dentures.
filming.
Yeah. Gotta be.
What the hell? I know we diverted like
2, 3, 4 times.
several. We were talking about people, and we were talking about
We're talking about
This
the
is-
universe and
yeah,
Star Trek and Star
right.
Wars.
But I think the universe was a sidetrack to something.
Well,
So-
that's we were talking about how why I find Star Wars and Star Trek so fascinating
right,
because
right.
you get those glimpses
Absolutely.
of what the universe.
Universe. Yes.
La, 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 la,
I think it
la.
started out with ringworm, and we ended up to Comic-Con.
That's a broad range.
Yes.
We also talked about your infinite cock.
Oh, that's true. Infinite cock. Yes, indeed.
Oh man.
Infinite cock. Man, you could do a lot with that. Smack your woman around from like 50 feet away.
More than that.
Do you?
You would never be able to get laid though.
Well, very tip, but you'd probably never see it.
But if you had an infinite cock, would you just want the tip in?
True. And if you had an infinite cock,
You know, you could make your own
it could
female
wrap all the
human-
way around the world, and you could do yourself in the butt just with a little thrust. Yeah, sadly, I went there.
That's better than what I was gonna say. I was gonna say you could make your own female human centipede with your cock as the skewer.
Female human centipede. I have to imagine that our listeners are either thinking this is awesome or we're the biggest two idiots in the world. But either way, you guys are listening. We love it.
Yeah, yeah. So please tell us we're the two biggest.
You've got to write that down. We're using that again. What was that?
The female human centipede with your cock.
Exactly. Female human centipede with your cock.
If you have an infinite cock, it's just gonna go straight through her. You might as well have a
Obviously,
chick
right.
on the other end of that, and it's gonna keep going. You just
Oh,
have a
man.
centipede of
But they
women.
would. So you're basically skewering them, vagina out through the mouth, which
Yeah.
you could bang them and get a blowjob at the same time.
Oh yeah,
Man, could you imagine?
it'd be amazing.
Well, as long as they're not all dead.
Well,
I mean,
as long as you're
well,
not in a-
imagine it's a world where you can go all the way through and they still live.
Well, you could if you did anal.
True. We're anti-death here.
Yeah.
Here at Roscoe's.
We're not into. Oh wow. What can I
Yeah.
think of? Necrophilia.
Yes. Thank you.
No.
No. Although I think some of the fish at the store I work at part time are into necrophilia.
Fish.
Yes. Some of them. I see
Weird.
them eat their dead. Well, I guess that's cannibalism.
yeah. I was like,
Which we're not
wait,
cannibals either. We should
there's
clarify.
fish that die in your fish tanks at your part-time job,
Yes.
and the other fish are trying to fuck them.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. Well, you never know. There are fish probably trying to bang each other.
Now, what if a ferret died, and the other ferret tried to fuck it?
Those old ferrets. Yeah, that'd be pretty messed. So I was opening the ferret cage. The little bastards are jumping.
Oh yeah.
Little
Why don't you
bastards.
jump out of the cage?
Well, they couldn't jump out of the cage, but they're trying to jump on me and bite me, and
Oh well.
little bastards. I almost cried. No, I'm rough, tough, buff and stuff. I wouldn't have cried.
You're too manly for that.
Mhm.
Way too manly.
Exactly. Are my nails looking okay? All right.
Yeah. I got a nail clipper if you want one.
Nice. You have it on
It's
your
even got
keychain, don't
it's
you?
even got a little file.
A little file. Ooh. You ever tried when you're alone? You ever try to file down your penis?
Constantly.
Well, I mean, why wouldn't you?
I mean, it's definitely lost an inch or two since I've started.
Yeah, but you're married. You don't use it anyway. Same
Use it
here.
more myself than she does.
Like, why would that ever stop? I mean, don't get me wrong.
Because
Love
both
her.
your hands
That's a good point. I'm never moving to the countries where they'll cut your hands off or.
But even if both your hands
Anything.
got cut off, you would still.
Oh,
use
you'd
your
still
stubs.
find a way.
You'd
Yeah.
still- you still- I mean,
Oh yeah. Especially if we go back to being able to blow yourself, you wouldn't even need hands. So
be
terrible.
the true asexuals of this world.
Yes.
I still don't. I don't think we really covered that last time. I don't think I can do it. I really don't think I could.
I don't think I could do it because I never in a million years would have tried. No man would have. You know, JF's done it.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Does
But
that make him a lucky bastard?
yes.
But then, okay. See, this is something that I've had conversations with about people before. In a way, is everyone slightly bi? Because if a guy, like I said, if a guy can suck his own cock, then you know he is, and he's probably enjoying both sides of it, the feeling of it and the doing it. So if you had a chance to go on someone else's, would you? See, I don't think so, because
that's where I think for me that's the line right there. Enjoying it and then enjoy doing it.
Right.
Because I think for sure I would enjoy it.
Receiving, giving.
No.
What?
To myself.
Oh well, yeah. Because you know what you like.
I wouldn't enjoy doing it.
Yeah. See, I don't think so either.
Like that's the line.
See, and that's what I don't get. It going back to this. In no way am I anti-gay, nothing like that. But I don't see how you can find another guy attractive in that way. I mean, sure, you can admit if a guy looks okay, but I don't want to mount him. It's just that, like, the hair on the face and the hair on the body.
No. There's plenty of guys out there. If I was gay, I'd probably want to fuck. But
well, right, Stephen Amell being one of them. He's a good-looking guy,
yeah.
but I don't have the desire to bend him over.
No, because he'd bend you over.
Yeah. He would clearly be the dominant male.
I would totally be in a gay relationship with Robert Downey Jr.
Really, Robert Downey?
Oh yeah, that man's funny.
Oh, who
Witty,
the hell was I thinking
charming.
of the other day?
Who wouldn't?
It's a good point. You gotta make me laugh. I'm a sucker for laughter.
Yeah, and a sucker for other things.
Oh, terrible.
It always comes back to sex.
Well, if we're gonna try gay sex, we've got to do it on the podcast for our listeners.
Yes.
Who's catching
Spit
and who's
only.
receiving? Oh, spit only. Yes, yeah.
Okay. Rock, paper, scissors. You did it 2 extra time.
All right.
But you know what I love is that you saw what I did and you did paper. So you want to be the bottom. You want to catch it.
God damn it! I so do. I mean, don't. Terrible. Okay, now on to politics.
Since we're talking about butt fucking anyways.
Yes.
Oh man, I got a cough tonight.
Yeah, you do. You're welcome.
I'm gonna have to get me some cough drops.
Nice. Oh, okay. So this is completely off topic, but kind of going back to the whole planets thing. Did I tell you my idea for my next tat?
Yes.
Oh, well, fuck off.
Well, you didn't tell our listeners.
That's a good point. No, so I got the guitar on the one arm with my name on it. I've showed you that, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's very badass.
Obviously. But yeah, on the other side, I want to get that. I want to get the one of the pictures I took looking out at the beach. So you'll be looking out, and then instead of like seeing the moon or something up there, I want Saturn in the background. I think that'd be badass. Or if we were many years ago, that would be boss.
Oh god.
Yes.
That's a throwback.
Oh yeah, it would be rad. You know, speaking of movies, there was an old BMX movie called Rad.
Snap.
Did you ever see that?
No.
It was like an 80s movie, Rad, BMX. Oh man, that was so badass. I used to love that and Dirt Bike Kid.
Speaking of old 80s movies.
Yes.
I'm finally have seen The Princess Bride.
Are you you haven't seen it until just recently?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I can look at you anymore.
I don't blame you.
It's a badass movie.
Yeah, it was really
But to be fair,
liked
the
it a
name
lot.
is off-putting because when people told me I needed to watch it years ago,
Oh, same here.
it had Princess. I'm like, no, I ain't watching that shit.
Yeah.
But then once I saw Inigo Montoya, how could you not? And Andre the Giant. That's so awesome.
Oh, I know. As soon as I saw him, I was like, oh yeah, he's in this thing. Wonder how he does. And he did really good.
Oh, he did really good. Yeah, he did. He played the part that he was meaning to play.
And then he died shortly after that, didn't
He
he?
did, I do believe. But he was a behemoth of a man. A behemoth. No, it just sounded stupid.
Kind of like a Mog.
Yeah, I'm half man, half dog. I'm my own best friend.
That's a throwback to episode 1 of Roscoe's House of Chips.
That is indeed. Oh, that was so 7 days ago.
I know.
Now you're making
We
me
gotta
do
start,
it.
We gotta start living in the future, man. Stop thinking about the past.
That's true. Well, you remember what we were doing 5 years from now, right? So we can talk about it as though it was the past.
5 years from now.
Right. So remember
So-
we went out on that trip and we, with our wives. That was about 5 years from now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't we go treasure hunting? Yeah, we went treasure
We
hunting
did.
5 years from now in Utah.
That's right.
Yeah. You found a
That's right.
dinosaur bone?
I did.
Yeah.
Oh man, did you ever see? Okay, hold on. So this brings up a story with our friend TC. many moons ago, they went.
Wait, I thought we were gonna stop living in the past.
Yeah, but this bears bringing up when you mentioned dinosaur bones. So TC was once a small lad, as we all were. Well, unless you're a girl, then you were a lass. Over on you know where Altfield Road is.
Mm-hmm.
Partway, if you're going from 20 towards the base, it would be on your right, a little ways down. There used to be, you could turn off and ride bikes in a field in there.
Okay, yeah.
So he had a video, or his dad, someone shot a video, those old cassette video
Yeah.
things. He was really little, probably, I don't know, between age 5 and 10. And he was obsessed with dinosaurs back in the day.
Well, who wasn't at that
so,
age?
So they're riding around, and he's showing us this video. I can't remember why, but anyway. So yeah, he finds like a stick or something on the ground, and he starts running towards whoever held the camera. Look, a dinosaur bone, a dinosaur bone. I mean, I'm not making it sound very funny, but yeah. No, if you were there, it was freaking hilarious. It was very funny. Very funny.
It sounds very funny.
It,
No, I can-
well,
I
it
can
doesn't
imagine.
sound that good.
No,
It's like,
no, but I know TC, and I can imagine him
Exactly.
doing that.
well, it's kind of like. Have you heard Nick Swartzen's comedy?
That's who.
See, this is what it is. That was a you had to be there story. Because I love when he talks about his joke. Is it's like it's funny when you're there, but then when you try and tell it, it's not funny. Oh, that was a weak attempt at an
It
out
was.
there.
I thought it was
But,
going to be louder.
He's like, sometimes you have to add stuff to it to make it sound funny when you realize you're partway through the story and you're like, this is bad. It's like, I can't remember what his story was, but he's like, yeah, we went in the bathroom and this guy was like, no, he said. This guy, I can't remember. Something was like, the guy's like, you're going to go to the bathroom, we're going to be like, no. And then you realize it's bad, so then he's like, yeah. And then he fucking killed somebody. And they're still not doing the full joke, but you kind of have to add all this bullshit on there.
I was trying to remember his name the other day because we watched Click at work.
Is Nick Swartzen in that?
Nick Swartzen's
Son
in
of a-
that.
He was
He's
just
got a
up
small
here
part.
and I missed it. I was so pissed.
Where was he at?
Bellingham, Mount Baker Theater.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Damn it!
About a month or so ago. My niece went.
I haven't seen a comedy show
She-devil.
in a very long time.
The last one I saw was Tosh, actually. We saw him earlier
Really?
this year. Yeah, in
Nice.
Seattle. Tosh was a funny human being. And actually, it was really cool because after the first guy went on,
Mm-hmm.
the first guy walks off, Tosh comes right out.
Nice,
So he didn't have to wait an hour.
nice. We
He was a gentleman. In
the
red
last
shoes.
show we went and saw was Doug Benson.
Hmm.
And I'm trying to remember if it was his. Yeah, it was his podcast,
Oh, nice.
which I was featured on.
Now I'm just finding out about this?
Yeah.
How were you featured?
Because he plays a game, and it's called the Leonard Maltin game.
Okay.
And basically, it's a kind of a name that style game,
Sure.
and he has his friends up on stage. And that particular show, which is actually the first show that he had done outside of LA ever for his podcast.
Oh, wow.
And his friends were Big J Hollingsworth, who's a local comedian down. It was down in Bellevue,
Nice.
and Graham Elwood and Rob Hubel.
I've heard the names.
You know Rob Hubel. He's been in a ton of stuff, and he's hilarious.
Not Rob Riggle. Right?
No, not Rob Riggle.
Okay.
Rob Hubel. He was in The Other Guys. He was the guy that was the police officer that was telling Will Ferrell that it looked like they did a soup kitchen in his Prius.
See, I haven't seen that in so long.
Man.
I don't remember. I'm looking him up right
So
now.
good. Okay.
Rob
Well,
Hugel.
Hubel.
Hubel.
So while you're looking that up,
Oh, that dude.
That
Yeah,
dude,
I've seen
that
him.
guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
he was
Alright.
there.
Nice.
If you go to my FB page, you'll see pictures of me with him.
Oh, nice.
But so from listening previous, I kind of played my part being a huge
Nice.
Batman fan as well.
Sure.
I played towards the type of a certain individual, Graham Elwood, who was also a
Nice.
huge Batman fan.
Very cool.
And what you do is those people on stage pick people from the audience to play for. And knowing that Graham Elwood was a huge Batman fan, me being a huge Batman fan,
Nice.
I took my Batman shirt. I was just wearing it and
Sure.
just used electrical tape and put my name on it. And he picked me.
Nice.
And so I'm featured on that podcast.
Oh, that's badass.
Yeah, they call me a whore.
Nice. That makes sense. Sure. That's awesome.
But it also pissed me off because, like I said, the game is in the same sense as Name That Tune. Doug Benson will give certain clues, and then you have to say how many actors you can get it in. Name that movie, and so many actors starting from the bottom of the cast list up.
Huh.
And it came down to Graham Elwood, who was playing for me,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like he had 2 out of like 10 names or whatever, and it was blah 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 and Michael Caine. And he guessed Harry Brown, I think was the name of the movie.
Weird. Harry Brown.
It was a Michael Caine driven movie, and he picked it as his answer when the answer was Inception.
Oh, lame.
That son of a bitch.
Oh, shit. I like Michael Caine. He's cool.
Oh, anything that Christopher Nolan does, he's in.
Nice.
And yeah.
Well, did I tell you about meeting? Are you fucking kidding me?
This
Greg,
is-
Ryan Stiles and Greg Proops and
This is Celebrity Encounters.
Celebrity Encounters.
We've touched them.
We have.
We've felt them.
We have.
We've kissed them. No, we haven't.
Yeah. No, it was at the Brown in Anacortes.
No, really?
Yeah.
That's
my
awesome.
friend Jenny and I, it was shortly after I separated from my ex-wife, and she was single too. So we were coworkers. So
You were FBs.
no. But no, we were just sitting there having a drink, and I just kind of look over, and here comes Ryan and Greg Proops and another guy. I don't remember his name, but if you saw his picture, you'd know who he was.
Is he
And
the
then just
third one from Whose Line?
No, I've never seen him on Whose Line, but I've
Okay.
seen him in other stuff.
Okay.
But anyway, so yeah, they just come in, and I guess the bartender was saying that they stop there on occasion. They like coming there, but they had a couple
Well-
other people with them.
Greg Proops is actually at the casino quite often.
Right. Yeah. But no, it was so cool. And we didn't want to act like spazzes, so we didn't really,
Yeah.
And they were only like 2 tables over, but we were getting ready to leave, and I felt kind of bad because everyone's, looking at Ryan Stiles and stuff like that, and I see Proops there, and I like Proops, I've liked his stuff, so we were getting ready to leave.
He's the smartest man in the world.
He is the smartest man in the world, absolutely is. I'd love to go see one of his podcasts. So anyway, I go to shake his hand. He kind of turns around. I'm like, hey, nice to meet you. Well, someone bumps into me because we're right at the door.
Yeah.
And so someone bumps into me, and I'm like, oh shit, so I bumped into him a little bit, and he's looking at me like, had a little too much to drink tonight, have you? Be safe on your way home. And I'm like, yeah, well, I wasn't, I was trying to do the whole, I'm not drinking, I wasn't drunk, but it was like a lost cause because everyone's shuffling around. I'd already bumped into him. It was like all he was gonna do was just be like, yeah, keep on moving, you drunk. So
automatically,
it was just like, son of a bitch, man. I had the chance to meet someone I really liked. He thought I was drunk, and I'm just like, nice to meet you, and I just left.
Damn.
It sucked. It sucked.
You know how I feel when I met Sir Patrick Stewart.
Yes. Yeah.
That's a horrible, horrible feeling. You had that one moment to not even make a difference in his life, but make a difference in your own life because you look up to these people.
Exactly.
And you utterly fell on your face. Not to your own fault, though. That's the bright side of yours.
But wouldn't that be funny, though, like, if you do become a big celebrity and you see people doing that to you? That would be kind of funny.
Yeah.
I mean, it would.
I still have we got to do your walk into a store and someone comes up
we do. Oh my God, it's you. Can I have your autograph? But don't like say a specific name. Just let people try and guess who you are. It's great.
Yeah.
Or so. But if we do this, that is our first YouTube podcast.
Yes.
Or second, third, fourth, fifth, doesn't really matter. But we are so doing that.
But maybe we should just record it. I don't know if I want people to see me.
Well, we can dress up in costumes.
That's true.
That makes it even better.
You could dress up as Johnny Depp.
True.
In the pirate outfit. Captain.
I couldn't really pull it off. I would need to.
Captain Jack. That's not my Captain Jack, though.
No, not at all.
My Captain Jack is John Barrowman.
John Barrowman. The fuck is John Barrowman?
Oh my God.
Yes.
This is exactly what you told me at Comic-Con last year when we were sitting in the Stephen Amell panel.
Did we have this discussion then?
Well, kind of, sort of.
Oh.
Stephen Amell, he got asked a question about who he liked working with on the show, and he said John Barrowman. He could always work with that guy, and everybody was like, "Woo!" And you turned to me and said, "You're gonna have to explain to me who John Barrowman is."
Oh, damn.
So let's do it right now.
Okay.
You've watched Arrow.
Yes.
John Barrowman is Thomas Merlin.
I don't know the names.
Thomas Merlin.
What role does he play?
Tommy's dad.
Who's Tommy's?
Tommy.
Who's Tommy?
How much of Arrow have you seen? I don't want to reveal
Just a couple episodes while I'm messing around on my iPad.
He's Oliver's best friend when he comes back. He was his best friend before he went to the island.
Okay.
And his best friend when he came back.
Yeah,
from the island.
I know the face. Okay.
His dad.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Right. Yeah, I'm picturing him now.
Now
okay.
this is why he's my Captain Jack.
Okay.
Because before he did Arrow, he was on a little show called Doctor Who. And he played a character called Captain Jack Harkness.
Okay.
And he was very prominently featured. And
how odd. We're in Washington and it's raining.
Weird.
Continue.
So, what's exciting about that
right
is that he's going to be at Comic-Con this year.
Oh, very cool.
Yes.
Mr. Advanced Tickets and all this crap.
What are you talking about? Just because I got a Celebrity Fast Pass doesn't mean anything.
Either way. Either way. Oh, that's bitchin', as they would have said back in the day.
I'm excited.
Bitchin'.
I'm very excited.
That'll be pretty cool.
So, we're about at an hour.
Yeah. But going back to captains, do you know who Captain Chunk is?
No.
Captain Chunk.
No.
Go back to the 80s. Go down to Oregon. Or Oregon, depending on where you're from in the country.
If you're Canadian or not.
What movie from back then that would have taken place in Oregon would there be a character named Chunk?
Oh, the Goonies.
There you go. Now you remember Captain Chunk?
No.
At the very end?
No.
They're at the pirate ship.
Pirate ship, okay.
And they say something about him and he stands up when he's got the sword. No, Captain Chunk. And then him and the weird guy come swinging down out in the water or something. Sloth.
One-eyed guy. Or not one-eyed. He had
Yeah,
like an
he's got-
eyeball on his
right.
forehead or something.
Damn, I can't remember his name.
Yeah, I can't.
I'm a useless piece of shit.
See, the Goonies just doesn't hold a high I
Oh
like
my-
the
oh
movie.
my
I don't
gee-
hate
No,
it.
that's one of the best movies of all time.
But
Are you serious right now?
No. I mean, I'm serious, but
I will do a
it's
nut
not
check
one of the
if
best.
you.
Come
Oh
on.
my gosh.
It's not one of the best.
Oh, it's
It's
totally one
good.
of the best.
It's
one
not
of the
one of
best.
the best.
Oh, it's one of the best.
It's not one of the best.
It's one of the best.
You hold it in way
But I
too
haven't
high
seen
regard.
E.T. in a very long time.
That's true. I haven't seen E.T. in
But
a
see, I
long time
like a
either.
lot of those Cloak and Dagger.
Cloaked and Dagger?
Yeah, it's old '80s movies. That one, Explorers, Goonies, E.T.
E.T. was good.
E.T. was good,
Do
but I
like
haven't
E.T.
seen
a
it
lot.
in years.
The Princess Bride is now up there.
Yes. Oh yeah, that will always be a classic.
Um, there's just too many movies that I haven't seen
True.
that I know more.
We really haven't critiqued too many movies today. We
No,
should.
not really. We didn't really critique any last time.
I know. What the hell's our problem? We
I
gotta
don't know.
do.
We'll do a movie review next time.
Yeah.
Because I gotta actually sit down. I guess I watched The Princess Bride,
Yeah.
but you know,
Should be one.
it was my first run through. So
You know.
and it was constantly having to be.
You know what would
paused.
be kind of funny, and if we can get comments on this, that would be great. We should watch horrible movies,
And
like
then-
a total chick flick,
Oh god.
and then come back here and blast that
oh
shit.
god. You know, for the sake of the podcast, yes, because.
Mm-hmm. Like, oh, what was that one I mistakenly put in the other day? Was it Freaky Friday? Where it's got Jamie Lee Curtis, who has fantastic tits in Trading Places. Jamie Lee Curtis and that one crazy younger girl
Lindsay
who's always
Lohan.
yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Where they swap.
Yeah.
Total chick flick. I was pulling my hair out the whole time.
Why did you put it in?
I didn't realize it was that stupid, and I was looking for a movie I hadn't seen. And it had two good-looking girls. I mean, Jamie Lee Curtis is. I'm not really into short hair, but ever since I saw her tits in Trading Places, I can't help but.
I'm gonna have to look those up.
Have you not seen Trading
No.
Places? Oh man, you've got to see that. That's an old Eddie Murphy movie.
Yes, Eddie Murphy, Dan
Oh.
Aykroyd.
Yeah, old
See,
Eddie Murphy.
here's my problem. I finally saw Coming to America just like 2 years ago.
Oh my, gee, Coming to America's
It's great.
classic. It's an awesome
It's
movie.
awesome. I do. I like it a lot. It's
Oh, yeah.
just I know more about movies than movies I've seen.
Right. I don't know if Dan Aykroyd was in Trading Places.
Yeah.
What role would he have played?
Am I not thinking of the right movie?
I don't think so.
It was Eddie Murphy. He was the bum with the no legs, wasn't it? Isn't that right?
Yes, that was Dan Aykroyd. Holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, indeed.
Fun fact about Dan Aykroyd:
Ghostbusters.
he's very into UFOs.
Yes, he is. And also, he is the person behind Crystal Head Vodka. Which, if you
Really?
yes, and if you have not had any, it is worth the expense.
Really?
Yeah,
That
we
good,
still
huh?
have the skull out there.
Yeah, yeah.
The spouse got it up in Canada for well, it's still expensive, but it was cheaper than here in the States. No,
Yeah.
it's so smooth. I mean, you'll get drunk off it fast. It's a 1 or 2 sips a night type of thing, but it's so smooth.
Huh.
Oh, it's so good. But yes, he is. I've watched programs of him. I think it was on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Aykroyd is a cool dude, man. He's one I would love to meet. I'm still bummed Harold Ramis passed away.
Yeah.
Old Harry.
That was very sad. And then I just right after he passed away, I saw him in. He played somebody's dad in a movie here recently.
Was it a very short? He only had a couple short parts in it, right?
Yeah.
Seth Rogen was his son, or at least he played Seth Rogen's father in.
Oh, it's right there.
Son of a bitch.
It's right there. Knocked Up.
Yes, thank you. Knocked Up. Yes. Oh, Harold Ramis is cool as shit.
Yeah. Well,
Yes.
we lost a great one. It was cool to see Bill Murray at the
Oh, man.
Oscars.
Yeah, but
Give
if you
him
want,
that shout
if
out.
you want to talk about losing a great one, though,
Yeah.
and I just don't understand taking your own life. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It makes me sad.
Oh yeah, it really does.
I mean, we all know he had problems, but he always
Mm-hmm.
was upfront and
Yeah.
And if you don't know who we're talking about Robin Williams.
Yeah.
And you know he always joked and it was never really a behind scenes thing.
No.
Like his treatment of it was behind the scenes, but he would talk about it and joke about it, and that was kind of his therapy with it. And then to just finally,
Yeah, I don't get it. And you know, oddly enough, because he was such a comedian, but honestly, I loved some of his serious roles. Good Will Hunting, he was amazing. I will always like that.
I've not seen Good Will Hunting.
Oh, you got to see that one. It's not really so much a comedy, but it is.
No.
It's worth the watch. It's
You know
really
what
good.
kind of bugs me about it is it's what gave Batfleck his start and Matt Damon his start.
Well, Ben Affleck actually got his start.
I like that better.
In that old school movie.
Dogma?
No, long before. No, school movie.
School movie.
Dazed and Confused. If you haven't seen that, you've got to go see that.
Yeah, I've not seen
I
that.
will send you home with that shit. You've got to see Dazed and Confused.
Okay.
Because it takes place in the 70s. I don't know when it was actually filmed. But he's a high school.
Early 90s.
He's a repeat senior in that one.
Mid to late 90s.
But yeah, he got his start in that one. And he actually didn't do so bad.
I thought
in that one.
he didn't really get put on the map until Good Will Hunting.
Well, you could be right about that. Because Matt Damon had a couple, but that really, because Matt Damon and I believe
Ben Affleck wrote the screenplay.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. They did. So they were.
So they say.
Well, yeah.
They could have just stolen somebody else's work.
Did you steal that? You didn't steal that, did you?
I think that's a good spot to go out on. Oh,
that was such a weak attempt.
Wow.
Yeah, I apologize.
Wow.
I will do better next time.
That didn't even get recorded.
No. That was a lame attempt at passing gas.
I think we should call it good. So
I think we should.
Download us.
Yes.
Leave comments.
Please.
Tell your friends.
Yes, indeed.
And hopefully you enjoyed. And
then maybe one day we'll meet you at a meet and greet, and you can be like, I was there from the beginning.
And we will awkwardly look at you like, are you drunk?
Yes, because we will probably be as well.
Speaking of drunk, I want to go get drunk.
Yes.